a little demo of the Lifecam camera before I put it away. Good afternoon, YouTube. Here with you on a Tuesday at 12:40 in the afternoon. I'm playing around with cameras, and I also wanted to show you that I did get the parts installed in this K488. There's the right there is the 100 ohm resistor that takes the place of the 1K resistor onto the cathode, pin 6 and to ground. And the other wire is goes from here, from pin 8 was it, I believe. It goes on here and goes into the primary of the audio transformer. This is a new, let me back up, I think I misplaced the, there we go. Anyway, this is the audio transformer that I found in one of the junk radios, transistor radios, and it goes into the primary, which is on this transformer is the center tapped side, which is the higher impedance side of the transformer, and of course the other end of the winding goes to the ground, not here. You'll see it goes over to this ground strap, which goes in here. It's easier to solder this smaller wire than it is this big ground bus, so I just soldered to there. And if we look at the other end, this is the 8 ohm side, comes over here to feeds these inputs. Right here there's one input, and the other side goes around here like this, feeds this input over here. So all we have to do is connect the MP3 player or phone, whatever I use, via my little cable that I made up, and it works just fine. Of course, antenna hooks up here, and that's pretty much the end of this little project. It works great. Like I said, for those of you who wanted to do the mod, I put the schematic modifications in the last video, and I think it'll be a great addition. Now, one of the things I have changed on this one, because I'm just doing the for this is not a live thing. I'm just doing this on the benchtop, and I wanted to see what kind of close-up shots we got. Now this is a 1280 by 720. 720p is what they call it. So I think this probably is better than the 424 I was using, which was not great, but I think that was 360p or whatever they call it. But anywho, this is what it looks like. I just wanted to show you what some of the things that you can do with this camera. You know, it's a neat camera and all, and I like using it, but it's a little bit hard to use. This is the kind that Jim Lindenaz uses on his videos, and he does all his recording with these USB cams. And while they're nice and all, but I mean, you can zoom in, you know, things like that. But I think you can. Well, it's not letting me do that right now. I wonder why. Huh. Well, it usually lets me zoom in, but it's not doing that. Oh, I see what it says. It says select lower resolution setting to use this control. So this is you can't zoom in any with the high def, which is probably why he doesn't do that. I never thought about it. He uses, I think, 1080p on his, and like I said, it lets you get pretty close. I'm going to hold it up here a little bit to see if you can get a little closer without now that's with autofocus. That's not bad. That's pretty darn good, and I think that's why he uses those cameras, is because he can get pretty close pictures. Now he's always constantly trying to, or having to refocus it, but on this one, I don't think the autofocus does too bad if you let it do its thing. You know, so not bad at all. So let me put this back down before I mess up something. So there we go. That's that. I'm going to take the other camera, the Kodak ZE1, and show you what I've got, you know, hooked up here on the. I know you can't see what I'm pointing at, but how I've got the camera actually mounted to the camera boom. So let me do that real quick. There you can see the the rudimentary. I was going to drill a hole in this flat part right here, and just attach it to the you know, where you can attach cameras to the screw and tripod type connection. But I could not drill through this. I don't know what kind of steel this is, but man, I tell you what, it's not easy to drill. I may sometime, you know, it'd be nice because that way I don't have to use tape. Yeah, you can see it's a you know, whatever. But anyway, I had to take all the parts out of the camera boom, which were laying over there. I'm gonna put those back in because I just use this for this purpose. So, you know, like I said, it does work. And here's what it looks like looking down. So you can see, you know, so that's what she'd be looking like. See how that looks over here. Oh, there it is. Okay, that's kind of cool. Trying to focus on the camera. It's having a little problem focusing on the camera. Alright. I was just playing with cameras here. But you can see you can't get as close with the Kodak camera. I can tell on the viewfinder that's I'm about 4 inches away maybe. If I come back here, it does much better job of focusing. But alright, turn this off. Alright, now you've seen that, and I think you can agree that's not suitable. If I could have drilled out the holder there, if I get through that, then I can use the regular mount for the camera, and then I could make use of this camera every once in a while. But as it is now, it's kind of difficult to use just with itself, because you know it's no, there's nothing to hold it. You have to basically set it on a bench or something like that, and that's how Jim does his. He just sets his up, and the weight that holds that is pretty substantial. It must be some pretty good steel too, because you can't drill through it. But like I said, I just thought, well, you know, that'd be the ideal situation. I don't know why Microsoft didn't do that, but they didn't. So anywho, that's going to do this. Now later on today I have a tube coming for the Sensei High Mood. The FM tube is on its way here. I'm going to put that in, and I think what we're going to do is use the oops, you can't see it, but it's over there, the power supply that I built to power the radio. Now I'm in the process of changing out the selenium rectifier for a silicon diode, 1N4007 to be exact, and I have new filter capacitors coming, and also have the what was the other thing? Oh, a resistor, new resistor for a 33 ohm 2 watt resistors. They're coming, and I'll get that all done at one time. But in the meantime, I thought we would take and play around with the power supply and put 140 volts on the B plus and see how well that works. So I think that's a good idea, and I may bring you back for that later on today, and I don't know, we'll see. But I just kind of wanted to demo this camera a little bit more, because it's not been really utilized much. In fact, it was in a drawer in the shelf in the kitchen, and when I was going to do this live stream, I knew this is what I wanted to use. Now this would have been better obviously for the live stream, but I didn't know at the time that you could that YouTube was going to change the bandwidth to 720p anyway, which they did, and I would have been using this all along, this higher bandwidth, or this higher resolution, and I think it would have been much better. In fact, I know it would have been. But you know, live and learn. That's what we do these little experiments for. So, alright, you guys have a pleasant day. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see ya.